So a couple months ago, Raw Pre came out, and it's a very well-rounded pre with everything from ergogenics to pump aids and a little bit of stim, but the main criticism was there's not enough caffeine. Well, enter the picture Raw Pre Extreme. 400 milligrams caffeine, all stim, a little bit ergogenic, just for those people who want that stim. So I actually was a huge fan of Raw Pre. I'm a big fan of ergogenics. I'm a big fan of lower stim stuff sometimes, and I thought that they checked a lot of different boxes here across the board of, performance boosters, pump aids, a little bit of stim there. They had some yohimbine HCl alongside the 100 milligrams of caffeine, so I really didn't think it was all that low in stims, but you guys know the industry, you know the way that people think. They want a lot of stims, and I'm not complaining. I'm a huge lover of caffeine. I love big doses of it. I'll take even more than 400 milligrams. So Raw Pre Extreme is a lot more focused on just stim, mood, energy, and there's a little bit of pump in there, not a ton, but enough to get some blood flowing and helping out with the pump. Today I'm going to be talking about Raw Pre Extreme and kind of what it brings to the table. Now this, I'm going to say up front, is almost all stim and mood focus. There is a little bit of pump in here. It's little, it's, as a power lifter, I understand a purpose for this product. Not everyone wants a ton of blood flow. I do know that a lot of physique athletes are looking for blood flows though, so I'm going to start this off by saying this is a concentrated stim pre-workout. If you're looking for pump, Raw Pump is an awesome idea to add into this. It's definitely something to look into, but this is going to be focusing on just stim, focus, and mood. So that all being said, let's hop in and let's talk about the formula that they put together for Raw Pre Extreme. So off the top, we've got your normal B vitamins. We've got niacinamide, methylcobalamin here. Niacinamide is a version of niacin that's going to have less of a flushing effect. I'm surprised they went with niacinamide because you've already got 3.5 grams of beta-alanine and 400 milligrams of caffeine. A little bit of itchiness really wouldn't have bothered me more, but you get 20 milligrams of niacinamide. It's super important for a lot of different things, especially just health benefits. And as this is the sister brand to Revive, we still do care about health here. You get 125% of your daily value here. Bing, bang, boom. We're moving forward. Vitamin B12 has methylcobalamin. Normally, I don't call these things out, but methylcobalamin is specifically a B12 form that we're a big fan of. And you're getting 10,417% daily value here. Goal here is definitely to avoid any sort of deficiency, and you will 100% be doing that with this kind of dosage. Vitamin B12 helps out with a lot of different benefits, especially with energy, carbohydrate utilization. And so for those reasons, B12, 10,000%. But from there, we jump into the real active ingredients that you guys are here to talk about. Beta-alanine, 3.5 grams. They went slightly above what is considered the normal clinical dosage. Remember, beta-alanine has been studied everywhere from, low dosage at 800 milligrams all the way up to 6.4 grams. 3.2 grams is the most accepted dosage because this is an ingredient that's going to have to reach blood saturation in the body to take it regularly for a few amount of weeks. I'm neither here nor there about the fact they use 3.5 instead of 3.2. It's not a big deal. You're going to saturate quicker. And there's not much else to it. Expect some itchiness from the 3.5 grams of beta-alanine. If you want to talk about the efficacy of beta-alanine, because sometimes I get some people that want to poo-poo on it. Beta-alanine has so many studies and so many participants in those studies that there's been enough for 2 meta-analyses. We're talking 360 participants in 15 studies in the 2012 meta-analysis, 1,461 participants in 40 studies in the 2016 meta-analysis. The first one in 2012 concluded that endurance in exercise ranging from the 2012 meta-analysis concluded that endurance in exercises ranging from 1 to 4 minutes long was significantly improved, and the 2016 study found that there was significant energy boosting effects from beta-alanine in exercises from 30 seconds to 10 minutes long. One of the popular, rebuttals to beta-alanine is that most athletes are not training for over 30 seconds to a minute. I definitely think there are cases where we're in sets that are longer than 30 seconds. But pathway speaking wise, the production of more carnosine, the buffering of lactic acid is going to help out all athletes, whether you're an endurance athlete or a weightlifter. It has a huge benefit for tons of different athletes, and you should be getting it in on a daily basis. Now, after that, we're going to kind of come back to the fact that there is a little bit of nitric oxide boosting in here. 2.5 grams of beta-alanine. Now, we don't know the exact ratio here, but most often we're finding 2-to-1 ratios of citrulline to malic acid, giving you about a 1.5 gram yield of citrulline here. It's not a lot of citrulline. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. This is not a product that is focusing on a full pump. I don't really know why they put this small dosage in here. It does support later on the nitro rocket, which is nice. But if you're looking for a huge pump, raw pump is going to have to be added to this. 1.5 grams of citrulline. It's about half the base clinical dosage. And I totally, like I said before, understand if you are a strength athlete, if you're someone that does not want to get super pumped up, if you're an MMA athlete, something like that, pump isn't really what you're going for here. So you only have 2 small products to do this within this product, but don't expect a huge pump from this product. Let's just be clear about that. If you're looking for blood flow, raw has a lot of different products that are meant to be stacked together, and this is meant to be stacked with raw pump if you're looking for a pump here. That being said, they did go really heavy in on tyrosine in the next dosage, and that's what I like about this product. It's really heavily just mind stimulating. It is a product that is going to bring in a lot of focus, a lot of mood, and just pure energy. 1.5 grams of tyrosine is a huge dosage here. You generally see the entry to L-tyrosine at around 500 milligrams. We like it above 1 gram, so seeing 1.5 grams of it here is very exciting. Tyrosine is a non-essential amino acid, meaning that your body can create it on its own, but getting it supplemented is always nice. It helps with the formation of dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. Alongside focus, it brings a little bit of a mind boost. It can help with anxiety and stress, and most notably, it really helps with sleep deprivation. So one of the things that I was kind of just thinking to myself, if you are taking 400 milligrams pre-workout, you either really like caffeine like I do, or maybe you're just sleep deprived. Maybe you're not sleeping enough, and that's why you feel like you need to be taking more stimulants. It's a very common problem in America, totally understandable, and tyrosine actually has a decent amount of data on sleep deprived individuals. It's proven useful in improving cognition or really repairing cognition after you haven't slept very well, but also focus and performance in sleep deprived individuals. It's nice to see that they didn't use N-acetyl-L-tyrosine here, commonly used, thinking that it's a better form, but time and time again, the data shows that it's not. L-tyrosine, 1.5 grams, shining individual within this product. Very happy with it. After that, we have B10 Anhydrous, also known as trimethylglycine. We have it at a gram here. Now, B10 Anhydrous is something that we're always happy to see in different products, whether it's a gram up to 3.5 grams. We've seen it all over the place. We've even seen raw use those big dosages of it. In here, they're using a smaller dosage of it, 1 gram. However, if you're using the stack from raw, you're going to get a lot of it throughout the day. It is an ingredient they believe in. It's an osmolyte that helps out with a lot of hydration, which is really important. It can help with thermoregulation. If you're training in a hot environment, it's very important. But it also helps out with power output, which kind of goes along with all these different things here. We've been talking about this is really kind of for athletes that are either stacking with raw pump or are just looking for energy in maybe a strength setting. So that power out could be really helpful. Larger doses, we do see strength and size claims. So if you are taking this as part of a stack from raw, you're going to see that kind of benefit as well. But in general, we're huge fans of B10 Anhydrous. There was a great study about it with thermoregulation presented at ISSN this year. If you're drinking a lot of water with it, you're going to see a nice swelling effect. All different reasons to love the inclusion of B10 Anhydrous. Now, second to last, we have Nitro Rocket. It's an arugula extract of 500 milligrams. Now, Nitro Rocket is a patented extract of arugula said to have about 10% nitrates. That's a higher dosage than beets, celery, or spinach, which is a pretty big claim to make. So if you're chasing nitrates in any sort of form, this is probably really the one to look for. Now, nitrates are proven to have vascular benefits. They increase nitric oxide levels through the nitrate-nitrite pathway. At high enough dosage, you'll see increased blood flow, less oxygen spent when training, improved strength and power output, increases in nitric oxide levels, and improved recovery and cellular energy levels. Now, we don't see Nitro Rocket very often. However, the times that we have seen it and used it, we have felt it and loved it. Nitrates are a little bit different of a pump for me. I always explain that for me, it's more of an athletic pump. My actual veins swell up. I do swell a little bit from it, but I don't get that volumizing effect that you might get from a massive dose of like citrulline or nitrosine or something like that. I get more of an athletic pump. As someone who's an actual strength athlete, if I get too swelled up during a strength workout, like if I'm working up to a very heavy squat or deadlift, I don't want to be encumbered by lots of blood flow to my muscles. May sound backwards, as most people are usually looking for great pumps, but in this case, I find nitrates to be a lot more of an athletic benefit. If you're really in the gym, pushing the logbook, pushing those personal PRs every day, training at a progressive overload or a strength training or strongman or something like that, or you just like to go for a run or swimming, this is probably a little bit more up your alley than a huge pump product, which will leave your arms swollen and unable to actually contract. Now, lastly, ironically, the smallest ingredient is the biggest claim here, caffeine anhydrous at 400 milligrams. Now, this is really the reason that a lot of people are going to be coming to this product. This product is really made for brick and mortar stores, for international. It's a big stim product without the usage of extra stimulants that could possibly be an issue alongside caffeine. It's just caffeine straight to the dome, 400 milligrams. Now, with the upregulated neural activity of caffeine, you also see some strength benefits as well as endurance benefits. There's a lot of different benefits to caffeine. I've been a huge proponent of caffeine for quite some time now. One of the things here, though, being is that it's really dosed out at body weight per milligram of caffeine. It's not like BetaAlanine, where 3.2 grams is the shining dosage. This is going to have a lot more to do with the dosage versus your body weight. Two different studies have both confirmed that 5 to 6 milligrams per kilogram of body weight of caffeine is super effective at increasing strength. So you take an average 185-pound male, and that's around 415 to 498. So if you're on the smaller side, this is going to be a really perfect dosage for you. Honestly, they're not going to want to make products for larger males. It's just because it's not the general mainstream crowd that's going to be buying the products. We all do exist. If you want to, match that milligram per kilogram, you can always add an extra a couple hundred milligrams. For instance, I'm a 270-pound male, and quite often I find myself adding 200 milligram capsules to products like this to get it to around 600 milligrams, which I find to really be my sweet spot for strength training at a high level. And that's raw pre-extreme. I know some people will come in here and say, oh, it's not extreme, it doesn't have DMHA or isopropyl norepinephrine or something, but honestly, when 100 milligrams is not enough in raw pre-extreme makes a lot more sense. You will have to add a pump product if you're looking for a huge pump, but for a lot of people, they're looking for just stim that's going to get them through a workout and not worry about too much about all that pump stuff. Very often, I do end up adding pump products to pre-workouts just to kind of give people an idea of what we're doing over on our Instagram story and how you can match things up together. But if it weren't for all that, I'd very often just be using a pre-workout and letting the sodium and the carbs in my day really dictate the pump. With all that being said, I do have to say I got these products for free. This has been an educational piece of content alongside our business affiliate relationship with Raw and Revive. For all the armchair lawyers at home, that is all out there. If you have any questions about the product, the ingredients within it, how it compares to raw pre, let me know. I'd love to talk about raw. I do check the comments. I'm a big fan of talking about this stuff. I think that it's helpful for the industry. Hopefully this video was helpful and informative for you. As always, guys, I really appreciate making this far in the video, and have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.